Hi, good morning, everyone. And to do those east of here, good afternoon. Today we're going to be working on Cochinita Pibil. This is just a demonstration just to show you what this delicious dish from the Yucatán Peninsula, how it's made. Of course, is some people will say it's a traditional way, and whatever that tradition is great. This is how I learned to make it, and I like it. And people that I made it for, I've also liked it. So we're going to start basically with the main ingredients. And of course, the main ingredient is pork. And you can buy a whole pork shoulder. And actually, that's the butt when it comes to a pig. The ham is the hind legs, and the butt is the shoulder and front legs. So it's a little juicier meat. I prefer to use this. And you can either buy the whole big slab you can get from Costco, or you can get the country style rib style. And that way you don't have to cut into it. It's already set to go. The purpose of these classes is to show you the easiest way to make Mesoamerican cuisine without the need for many of the things that you think you need. Okay, so this one is bone in. Sometimes the bone gives it a little special flavor when you cook it. Okay. So the other special ingredient, it's not really an ingredient because you're not going to eat it, is the banana leaf. We are going to wrap it in a banana leaf as it cooks, bakes for about 3 hours. And I tried making it once without the banana leaf, and trust me, it was a totally different flavor. I liked it better with the banana leaf. This is a nice and fresh banana leaf. You can buy them at the Asian supermarket or any Latino supermarkets or stores. And something you have to do is prepare it, because this side has a waxy side, and this side, well, it's just a raw leaf. And it can really give you a tangy flavor if you don't prepare it at first. And there's many methods of doing it. I prefer to dip it in hot water for a couple minutes, and that's how when I make the tamales. So you dip it in the hot water and let all that kind of drain off, and you just wipe it clean. Another way people use it will be on the stove over a flame to melt that wax, and we're going to cover that in other lessons later on. But this is banana leaf. If you go to a store like Food City, you will find it in the produce section. And pretty much the length of it will be depending on how it fits in the bag. And sometimes they sell by the pound or by the packet. If you go to a Latino store, Asian market, they might also have the frozen one. And the good side about that is that's already prepared for you. You can just take it out, let it thaw, and it's ready to use. When I make tamales, I prefer to use this because, for one, it's more cost effective. And two, I get to select the size of it. When you buy it in the package, it comes in different sizes, whatever they cut up and put together and weigh it on. So it's your choice. But if you're just starting and want to do this, then you should be using the prepared leaf from the frozen aisle. So once you cook it, yeah, it does change a little darker color. And when I make tamales, I make them probably about the half size of this. But for this, since we're going to be wrapping up the rib or the pork shoulder, we are going to make a little bigger leaf. Okay, so what does it take? You have the pork and the spices. And I tell you on the other video from before that we are using achiote paste. And achiote is the annatto seed. And this is little brick color seed that comes in pods. And in the other video, I asked you a question if you knew what this was used for. And other than as a spice for flavoring and aroma, it's also used for coloring. And it's one of the ingredients in cheddar cheese. So if you like cheddar cheese, why it's orange is because more than likely annatto seed was added to it. So we have the annatto seed, cloves, and this is not the amount that we're using. This is just for show. Okay, the allspice. Allspice is a berry from Mesoamerica. And as I said before, it's there's still a battle between Guatemala and Jamaica, who actually use it first in their meals. And we also use cinnamon sticks, Ceylon, or whichever one you prefer, whichever one suits your needs. So remember, this is about you. It's your kitchens, your food, and you're making it to your liking. Many times you go somewhere, someone tells you the food is great, you don't like it, well, because it doesn't fit your taste buds. So you have to, when you cook at home, that's what you get, what fits for you, how you cook. So I always say there's only two rules in cooking in your kitchen, and that is follow the laws of physics and don't hurt yourself. So So once you take everything, also oregano, black pepper, and cumin are added to this. Now, how do you grind it? Okay, well, you can use a molcajete. Molcajete is a lava stone, or you can use a mill to grind your spices. But what did I do with my trusty? Okay, any spice grinder will do the job. And what you want to do is bring it to a fine powder. And these are tend to be small, so you might have to do 2 or 3 times when you grind the spices. But a spice grinder is definitely your friend. It will save your elbows from using a molcajete, or I do have one of those mills for corn that I bought just to see what it was like, but it is a lot of work. And again, the purpose of these classes is to show you how to make these delicious meals without having to enlist your whole family or having to spend 3 days in the kitchen grinding corn or grinding spices. One thing about these is you want to make sure it has a metal interior. And I have one that's just for coffee because I really don't, I like clove and I like annatto and like all those spices I do not like in my coffee. So I have a separate one for just for coffee, and this is the one for all kinds of spices. Okay. Once we get that part in, okay, we are going to, once we grind up our spices, we are going to take an onion and 2 cloves of garlic. I already used up my other clove, and we are going to toast them. By toast, I mean you can put them in on the grill until you pretty much burn the skin outside of it, or you can put it on a, do I have mine here? Yep, a comal. Okay, this is just a metal comal, and what's good about this one is you can put it on an electric or a gas stove, and being so thin, it heats up right away, and then you can just break it down into the little cloves of the garlic. You can slice this in half or quarters and let it toast until it's pretty black charred on the outside. And then you throw it in your food processor. Again, you can throw that into your grinder or your molcajete if you want to spend the whole time there mashing it down. But a food processor works just as well, or a blender if you have a blender. Once you get that, you add this part and you mix it up again. And then since it's a marinade you're going to add, and this is a mixture of orange juice and lime juice, because what's usually used is the naranja agria, which means sour orange. This is Seville orange, and those are very difficult to find here in Arizona. So if you just take some orange juice, some lime juice, so a third lime juice, 2/3 orange juice, you add up to the mix, and you end up with this. This actually, take a step back. Before you add the orange juice, you just onions, the garlic, and the spices, and you have what is called annatto paste or recado colorado. You can buy this at the supermarket, but if you look down the list of ingredients, there's a lot of other things added to it. Another thing we want to do here is really from the ground up, get it from, make your own. Don't buy it at the store. Well, you are buying stuff at the store, but the less additives, the less preservatives, the less everything, chemicals that are added to the food, the better. Because if you a little here, a little on this one, a little on that one, it adds up. So this is a homemade achiote, and you can add it to other dishes. So it's not just for this Cochinita Pibil. This is a recado colorado, one of the basic recados for most of Mesoamerican foods, for tamales, for soups, for beans. I have family members that add achiote for beans. Okay, so now once we have this, now we're going to make the marinade. And all you have to do is add about a 1/4 cup of juice, mix it up, and you end up with a nice marinade. And usually what I do is just take the marinade and dip the meat into it. And that's why I'm wearing gloves. I'm not really going to do all of it, but take the meat, put it in a bag, and let it sit overnight. You want to, in the fridge, you want it to marinate at least for a day. If you don't have time, you're just doing that today, that's fine too. It's just going to come out great. So once you get your rib or whatever piece of meat going, you just want to put it into the banana leaf. That's what we're going to do now. So you want a nice and tight, usually I put 2, and let me move this over here. Just found out today that Facebook does not support the landscape. I have to do it portrait wise. So I should take 1 or 2, and I'll show you when I take it out of the oven, which I already did. But what you want is a nice tight wrap around it. And I use tin foil because, well, banana leaf is the tin foil of the Mayan gods, and tin foil or foil, aluminum wrap, whatever you call it, is what we normally use today. And what you want is a nice tight little package, and you want to keep the moisture in. It can dry up in the oven, but you want to keep it that way. Okay, so once you get that, you are going to, let me get this all out of the way. And I am going to remove the gloves. But your end result will be this. Yep. And when I put it in, I add some water. I still put in a couple of banana leaves to cover it up. And let me get another plate. So what we are going to do is, here I am. Just take it out. Put this right here close to you. And if you're watching, I'm going to give you a hint on how to get one of these. And what you get is a nice brownish, smells delicious, Cochinita Pibil. And you can pull it apart, or you can just cut it in chunks and serve it as a dish, or pull it apart into kind of like shredded pork, and you can add it, make tacos out of it. So that is Cochinita Pibil. So I was in the oven for 3.5 hours at 325, all covered up. And that's what Cochinita Pibil looks like. Okay. Yes, I do lick my fingers. I know someone I know doesn't like that, but okay, I'm not cooking for you, so that's okay. If I was cooking for you, I'll try not to. Anyways, back to this. This is rock crock. As you know, I'm a pamper chef. And from time to time, I get packages with things that I don't need, or I end up with 2 of them. So I had 2 of these. And this one is still brand new in the box. So I'm trying to start a membership in coffee.com. So it's ko.fi. And that is a website for membership. And you do not have to pay to be a member. There is a follower section. So if you're a follower, you get 1 coupon. If you are a supporter, which you are paying $5 or $10 a month to be part of the group, you get more tickets. And then if you're a sponsor, especially this part of the sponsorship event with not Pamper Chef, but Favorite Chef, then you get more tickets as well. So what we're going to do is at the end of the month, on June 30th, we're going to raffle this off. It's still in the box, sealed. It is a Pamper Chef Rock Crock. And all you have to do is go, and I'll put the link below, but you can also find it on my link tree or tree link. How's that go? Link tree. Yeah. But you can sign up. You can just be a follower and get 1 ticket. But I'm going to add a little bit to that. If you sign up by the end of today is Saturday, June 8th. If you sign up by the end of today, I will give you 5 extra raffle tickets just for signing up. Okay? And the purpose of that page is also running a blog, running information, recipes. You'll become a great chef just by following me there. And you're supporting my venture and my journey through Favorite Chef competition, which as of today, I'm still in first place in my group. We started with 62, made the top 20. Now I'm in the top 15. And thanks to all of you supporting me, voting every day. You can vote once every 24 hours. I thank you for that support. So on June 30th, I'm going to get those tickets that you get like for drink tickets at an event. And I will put your name on it, depending on what your membership status is. And if you sign up by today, I'll give you some extra tickets for that. And also, once you're in the page, I will show you ways that you can also earn more tickets. And all you have to do is like and share my Facebook pages and keep voting. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoy Cochinita Pibil. I am going to do more videos. So when you go to the Linktree page, you also find my YouTube page, my TikTok page, and Instagram. And this is really a fun journey making videos, because doing it live is great, but there's so many details that I don't want to be on the, what do you call that, the America's Funniest Videos with a blooper, because one time I did turn around and I did drop a tray of food. So luckily you really can't see the bottom of the oven, so I was able to play it off. But keep voting and keep sharing, keep liking. And for those of you that live in Arizona, or if I end up visiting your town, do some cooking demonstrations, and you get to enjoy some Mesoamerican food. These are the food that was from the Mayans. It's still going around, not just Mayans, but Aztecs, Olmecs, Toltecs. And that's another part of this page, is to be able to share that information. So who were the Mayans? Where did they come from? Where did they go? Mayan civilization disappeared way before the Spaniards got here. Although what's left was the Aztec and the Incas, but that's another history lesson. But so have a great day. For those of you in Arizona, stay cool. It's going to be a cool day. I don't think we're going to be just a little bit above 100. And have a great day. Cochinita Pibil, make some tacos. And for the next videos, I'm going to share with you how to make the onions, the pickled onions, how to make cortillo de rábano, not cortillo, the chopped radishes, also the coleslaw. Well, many things you can add other than just tortillas. One thing I cannot do is make tortillas. Even with the press, they always stick to my hand, and it's a mess. So actually, I'd rather go to the store and buy them. So have a great day, and hope to talk to you soon.